Lulu, thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it. Congratulations on your win today.
Thank you so much.
Uh, I know this is virtual, but it's a really great pleasure of meeting you and doing this over Zoom. But Lulu, can you talk about a little bit of your match today? It was pretty quick.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be because Louisa is a very good player.
Hmm.
And I honestly was just going by game by game. So, and I was hitting the ball quite well, returning well. So overall, I think because of the first few shots that I hit, it was kind of hard for her to get back in the match.
Hmm.
Um, so I'm pleased with that. But as I said, she's a good player, so I never I kept my head down just until the very last point. Yeah.
For you, when you find a rhythm like that, how do you get into that mindset where everything starts clicking immediately?
I think it's you have to, for me at least, I kind of lose the expectations of, oh, the future, the past, or, at just this point. And so I try to focus on what I have to do now instead of thinking about anything else like what happens in the future or what I did
Hmm.
in the past few points. So it makes it a lot easier to focus.
Oh, I love that. And did that take you a while to get to that point or kind of have that mentality, or do you think you've always had that?
No, it's definitely worked on because
Hmm.
when I was younger, I would lose focus sometimes. And obviously that's not a good thing when you're playing tennis. So it's definitely worked on, and I still have to work on it because sometimes, it's sports, so you
Yeah.
do tend human emotions happen. So
No, I agree. And you've played tennis your whole life. You played college tennis, which is another emotional state of the
yes,
sport, which is very, very up and down, especially someone that's won a national championship like yourself and being in that big moment. I don't think many people have had moments like that, like you have. Can you talk about what that experience is like, or do you remember it like it was yesterday?
yes. I mean, honestly, it's like it went by so fast, and
Hmm.
to be in that situation of a final, and even more so to like be the last match. It's kind of like you're in awe of your I was like, it's a privilege to be the last match. Um,
Hmm.
because all season I was kind of joking with my teammates like, oh, I really wish I can clinch a match. Like I'm always like either the first one to finish or the last one where I don't finish a match. And so it was kind of really funny. But to so to be the last match though, it was I wasn't really nervous because also our coach Howard, he was like talking through the match, and honestly, it wasn't kind of game plan, more so of like the mentality of just staying in right now, as I was
Hmm.
saying, like what I'm doing now. So it was kind of a good thing to be able to have him during the final match. And honestly, because of that, I wasn't thinking, oh, this is like of the finals of NCAA's, and this is like, so I wouldn't say I was so nervous because of that. So I'm really grateful.
I, I feel like that's very hard to maintain that type of mentality, especially in that scenario. You seem very calm about it. I feel like if that was me, I would be freaking out, or there would be so much tension that you would be holding in your neck. But I like how you described how your coach was talking to you about not necessarily game plan, but calming you down. Is that a way you like to be coached, or how is there a certain way you wanted to talk about a match during college or even now at tournaments?
Well, for me, it's, I mean, because of now, there's like this coaching trial that they're doing
Hmm.
in the ITFs, but it's not in every tournament. And so when I first came to college, it was like, oh my God, they're coaching like every point. So it was like very strange for me. Um,
Hmm.
and I don't have like a specific, you know, one thing that I prefer over the other.
Hmm.
I kind of like with Howard and Taylor, they were kind of a, like a really good duo. So whatever they suggested, I would listen and then I would think it through of what it was best
Hmm.
um, from my side. So yeah.
Hmm. And for you too, what when you go into a match like that and having coaches like Howard and Taylor, what do you set a game plan when you go into a match, or do you try to figure out your own game? If you were to prepare for a match, what would that look like to someone that's never experienced that?
Um, you mean during college?
Let's is Do you think there's a difference between college tennis and pro tennis preparing for a match?
Well, during college, sometimes they can switch out players. So you don't
Okay.
necessarily know sometimes.
Okay.
That's the thing. But like
Okay.
here, like like you see the draw, you know who you're playing. So it's kind of
Hmm.
slightly different.
Okay.
Um, so it's more of like when I in college, it was like when I see the player, I kind of figure out during the first few games versus
Hmm.
like unless they tell me prior of who I'm playing, but it was like very rarely.
Okay.
So, but like usually in pro tennis, like the if she's online, you try to look and see weaknesses or not or
Hmm.
whatnot. Because it's just you get to prepare a bit earlier and set your like you're more clear before the match.
Hmm. So did you, and maybe in college now, or even in juniors as well for you, did you like knowing who you were playing, or did you like going in with a fresh mindset?
Um, I didn't really mind to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, because I was like, oh, okay, I don't know who I'm playing. All right, I guess I'll just see in the first few games. It was not
Okay.
like, oh, I don't know who I'm playing. What am I gonna do? Like that kind of mindset.
Hmm.
Um, I'm I like to think that I adapt well to
Okay.
situations.
No, you can say
so
that. That's good.
so then like I don't have this like if one situation doesn't go my way, then I am not gonna like freak out about
Hmm.
because it's not in the perfect, scenario.
No, that's true. Well, you always have to adapt, and I think that's one of the trickiest things about tennis, right? You're
Yes. Yeah.
never you're never going to be in the same scenario twice.
Yeah. But sometimes like I feel like a lot of us are like we want to do like the routines and the,
Hmm.
game plans and sometimes it like overwhelms us, I guess. So
Hmm.
trying to work on those type of things is
Hmm.
I feel like it's a good thing.
No, it is, and for you too, kind of going back to college, because you had a successful college career compared to most people. You have to admit that
I
you
guess.
you had a
Yeah.
you had a successful college career. What's one thing you can say that you took away from your college tennis days and using it on the pro tour now?
Um, well, I guess one is adaptability.
Hmm.
Obviously, you're playing different teams each week. You're, going to different cities, different courts. Um, and then also sometimes, well, Howard didn't really do that. He didn't really switch us over, but yeah, I saw like other teams, they sometimes switch them over. So you don't
Hmm.
play always the same girls. Um,
Hmm.
and then two would be like, it's very team oriented.
Hmm.
So I learned like I saw a lot like if the teams were very like connected and they communicated well, it works very well. And you
Hmm.
can also apply that to, the pro versus like your own team, even though it's very individual during like pro tennis because it's, you're playing on court by yourself. There's no like other teammates by your side.
Hmm.
But you can still like use that towards your own system, I guess.
Hmm. So how do you use that team? Is there anything from that team aspect that you like that you use as an individual on the court
Mm, I would say like communication,
with
because
yourself or with your coach?
with both,
Okay. It
because
can go ahead.
like during college, um, people that our team, well, my teammates have different, they like different things because we're different people, right? And so
Hmm.
like if you want to say, oh, let's do this, but then they don't want to do that, and then you have to kind of find, the balance of it. And so I find like if I don't like a certain thing, I feel like if you communicate well with your team, then they know what you're thinking, and that's better to apply that on court as well.
Do you think that's hard to do as a tennis player to admit what you like and what you don't like and what you maybe are forced to use during a match, at least for a game plan, something that you're not used to that you have to use because you know it's going to beat your opponent?
Sometimes, I guess, because sometimes you're stubborn to admit things. So
That's
you
fair.
don't
That's
want to
fair. That's a
you
good
don't want to
point.
admit it, but at the end of the day, if you want to like improve yourself, you have to accept certain things and
Hmm.
to be able to improve yourself as a tennis player and as a person. So I always try to be open to things, and listen to other people's opinions and then kind of um, like filter it
Okay.
of what I've learned in the past and then
Hmm.
from other people as well.
Hmm.
So that way I can, is what he's saying or what she's saying, what I've learned in the past, something that other people said, or is it something new where I can use and add stuff like that?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Do you think you are good at accepting that stuff, or you still need to work on it?
Um, I'd say mostly yes.
Okay,
Mostly
that
yes,
gave me an answer. Okay.
yeah.
I like that. And for you too, you had a teammate on Texas too, Peyton, correct?
Yeah.
In both of you finding success so far on the WTA tour, how what would you describe Peyton as a person versus a tennis player?
Oh, I mean, on court, she's like super powerful and she's like very talented and strong
Hmm.
minded, But I feel like off court, she's like super fun as well. And because like on
Hmm.
the tennis court, obviously you have to be like focused and stuff, but you don't
Hmm.
have, but you don't see like the fun side of people, I guess, when they're
Okay.
playing.
Hmm.
um, and like she's really into Star Wars like I am, so
Really? You
yeah,
are?
yes.
Okay. I like
I
that.
I recently found in Orlando, I found a stormtrooper dampener and I was like, oh my God, I need to get that.
Please tell me you use that on the court. Please tell me you use that on the court.
I use it sometimes in practice. I don't use dampeners, so but I had to get it
You
because
had to put it on your racket just to show that.
yeah,
Okay, I like
yeah.
that. That's amazing. Which okay, so if you were to rank, okay, because I love Star Wars too, so I have to ask about this question. Do you watch the every movie in the original order that they came out, or do you watch it 1 through 9?
I did both. I did both.
Okay, which one did you like better?
I like the earlier films. I don't know. like I know like the newer ones have like better technology, but there's something about like the beginning ones that are just like
It's
nostalgic.
nostalgic, right?
I know.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. I love it. No, this is awesome, Lulu. I appreciate this because not every day you get to meet another tennis player that likes Star Wars and that can
Yes.
talk about it. Um, so which movie is your favorite?
mm, I don't think I have a favorite. I don't like a
Oh,
lot
come
of
on.
like, even if when people ask me, "Oh, do you have a favorite film?" I'm like, I really don't. I have films that I can say like I like, but I never have
Hmm.
like a favorite one because that's really
Okay.
hard to choose.
No, it is a hard to choose, but would you
Yeah.
say Star Wars is at the top three? If you were to put all
Yeah.
of them together, it's top three.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay, I like that a lot. Um, Lulu, I feel like during your junior days too, you went pretty far at the Australian Open for doubles, correct?
Yes, me and Violet at Pisa, we went to the
Hmm.
finals. It was
Hmm.
actually, I mean, I wasn't expecting it. I don't think she was expecting it. We kind of
Really?
like every match, we were like, oh my God, we won, you know? Um, but yeah, it was one of my favorite like doubles time.
Hmm.
Uh, because it's like a grand slam, obviously.
Hmm.
Um, and it's like I don't know, during Grand Slams, it's just a different type of feel.
Hmm.
Um, and I mean, it is kind of like disappointing that we were close during the final, but
Hmm.
it's still something to be proud of for reaching the final. Because we've played like pretty good teams to get there,
Hmm.
and so I would say I was pretty proud to go with her.
If if you were to take one of those matches and say this match was our best win, which one, if you can remember, which one do you think was the most impactful for you, or one that you were like, okay, I know it's clicking.
Well, we did play, I think, one or two tournaments
Okay.
before the Australian tournament, Australian Open, and I think the first one was in Hong Kong. It was like a grade two. I don't know what it is now because they changed the letters.
They changed
So
it. It's okay.
it was
You can just say Hong Kong and then we'll move on from
okay. It was in Hong Kong. I think it was the first tournament we played together, and we won. And I was like, wow, why don't we play again? You know, let's see where this goes.
there. Yeah.
So it was kind of like I don't know because I never seen her before that tournament, and so it's kind of like
Okay.
I don't know. I was like, okay, yeah, sure, let's play. It was kind of like that.
Hmm.
So yeah,
So it kind of just all meshed together for you.
yeah, basically,
I love that. That's the best thing too. You surprised yourself and you surprised
yes.
her. Every win you seem more and more excited of like, oh, we actually deserve to be here. And Lulu, if and thank you again for doing this. I really appreciate it. So I'm not going to take up too much more of your time. How if people were to people watching this video for the first time or meeting you for the first time, how would you describe yourself to them?
Oh my God.
Yeah,
um,
I'm putting you on the spot because this is about you. We want to highlight you.
okay, how would I describe myself? I think, well, actually, before I would say I was quite shy, but I think because of college and like doing playing tournaments and doing interviews in the pro tennis,
Hmm.
I feel like I'm becoming more open. So I would say I'm like an introvert extrovert, if
Okay,
that's a
that's a good
thing.
answer.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Don't worry, it exists.
Um, and I would say I'm adventurous too, because I
Okay,
like to always do new things,
okay.
experience new things. Um, And I guess the third thing, I like to be creative. Yeah.
In what way? Like, do you draw? Do you
Um,
do something?
yes, I love to draw. And I like to do like, I don't know, anything to do with like art or stuff. I like to
Oh,
do.
cool.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. I think those three
Okay.
things. I
That's
don't
awesome,
know
Lulu. I
what
love
else.
that. No, that's perfect. I love that. And Lulu, thank you again for doing this.
Thank
What
you
are
for having
your
me.
no, absolutely. What are your social handles that people can go follow you on? So that way, if I put in the description, people
Yeah.
can just click on it and follow you.
It's Lulu plus an extra L and then an SUN. So my
Okay,
name, but with an
perfect.
extra L.
All right, perfect. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to go follow Lulu on social media, and hopefully, we get to follow you for your pro career. We're very excited to follow you.
Thank you so much.
No worries, Lulu. Thank you again. Take care.